guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Quori-Tyler, aka QT, aka Books with QT, and in today's video, my followers are going to be choosing what I read. I am so excited because I'm a Bookstagram girly at heart. I love my Bookstagram so much. I just love the people that I have on there, and you guys are always talking to me about books that I would love and recommending me things and listening to my recommendations. So I decided to get you guys from Bookstagram involved on BookTube. So for this video, anytime I'm picking up a new book, I'm gonna post a poll of 2 different books that I can be reading and have you guys choose which one I actually read. I'm hoping to do about 3 books in this video. Hopefully we can get to that. So the first 2 choices I picked up at Target today. Because we're nearing the end of November, I wanted to read a Christmassy book. And these are pretty short books, so I feel like it'll be just a fun little read to get me in the Christmas spirit. If the book that you want me to read doesn't win, I am gonna be doing Vlogmas this year. I'm only gonna be doing 12 days of Vlogmas in December, but I'm very excited about it because I love watching Vlogmas. So whatever book doesn't win for this video, for this poll, I'm gonna be reading that book in a Vlogmas video. So don't worry. I have A Winter Wish by Emily Stone and All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard. So A Winter's Wish is about our main character, Lexi. Her dad dies and he leaves her this holiday travel company that he owns. But the kick is that she has to run it with his, I don't even know what he is, his deputy or something like that. I don't know. Some young man that her dad used to work with is also being left the company, so they have to work and run it together. So I feel like it's gonna be like workplace romance, maybe forced proximity type vibes. And then All I Want Is You sounds really good to me. I am hoping that this one wins. It's about our main character, Jessica, who is a romance writer. And her ex-boyfriend, Nick, is also a romance writer, but he writes books with not happy endings. They have to like come together, I think, and write a book. Oh my gosh, it's giving The Roughest Draft, and that was one of my favorite books of last year that I read. So we have Enemies to Lovers, also second chance romance, also a very short book. I feel like I can get this done literally in one day, so I'm hoping this one wins so I can like get on to the next one. I actually haven't put the polls up yet. I'm gonna put them up right after filming this clip and we'll see where they go. So like technically, yes, I do look crazy, but it's okay. We have a winner from our first poll. It was a vote of 360 to 311. Is All I Want Is You. I'm so excited because this is the shorter book and I wanted to start with a shorter book. That's really all that I came here to say, just to tell you guys the winner. Thanks for participating in my poll. It's not all going to be holiday themed, so don't worry about that if you're not interested in hearing about holiday books. But so we're starting in a holly jolly mood and then we'll move on to something else. Let's go read. Okay, so I'm on page 50 of this book, which honestly is not a lot that I've read so far, but given that it's only about 200 pages, 245 pages, I feel like I've made good progress. I just did a podcast. If you don't know, I do a lot of RHAP podcasts. Rob has a podcast and they podcast about a bunch of reality TV shows, namely Big Brother, The Circle, all of that stuff. And I've been doing a lot of podcasts with them. So I just did one for Dancing with the Stars. Go check that out if you're a Dancing with the Stars fan. That's besides the point. Anyways, I just did that podcast. I read a little bit and then now I'm gonna go take a shower and then lay in bed and read some more while I'm in bed. And I fear, in a good way, that I'm gonna get a good amount of reading done right now after I take my shower. So I'm excited to take my makeup off, get comfortable and cozy, because honestly, I read the most and the best when I have like no makeup on, hair pulled back, looking ugly and haggard as ever. And I don't know, there's just something about that leads to me reading a lot. So I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of reading done tonight. And then I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow when I either finish the book or get at least like past halfway, which I feel like tonight I'll probably get halfway. Halfway is like 120 pages or so. My thoughts about the book so far, a good book. Like honestly, I'm liking it better than I expected to because I haven't read a lot of just like Christmassy books or holiday themed books, so honestly the one that I read this year so far was the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. In the fall I read that and I didn't really love it that much. I feel like it was trying to be too cheeky and cheesy. I feel like this one is doing a pretty good job of being a good romance book, enemies to lovers, all of that stuff, without throwing in our face that it's Christmas time, but there's still elements of that. It's reminding me a lot of the Roughest Draft, but it has its own like kind of personality that I'm appreciating. And yeah, I'm actually liking this a lot more than I expected. I feel like this will be one of my like recommended books every holiday season. Again, only 50 pages in, so who knows. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey girlies, so it's the next day. I got only to page 89. I had high hopes to get to 120, but I started falling asleep. But right now I'm actually, change of environment, I'm at Coffee Bean. I'm gonna do some work. I brought my computer to do some work here, and then I'm gonna read a little bit. I think it's gonna be nice to kind of switch up my reading environment. No new thoughts about the book. Just wanted to update you on where we are. So let's go into Coffee Bean, get a little matcha, do some work, and read. You make me nervous. I think I might be hooked on you. All of the things you said to me, it seems like you like me too. We can take it slow, make sure we do this right. Canceled all my plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. I've made it to the halfway mark. I had to come into my car to read because honestly I've been in Coffee Bean for like 3 hours, and then I started reading towards the end and it was getting kind of cold in there. I was sitting right below like the vent, so the air was just blowing on me. I came to my car to read and I honestly love reading in my car. I forget how much I love it for some reason. Let's talk about this book so far. I've made it to the halfway point. I think a little bit past halfway, honestly. Such a fun read. I did not expect this, honey. I did not expect this. I thought this was gonna be some cheesy little Christmas romance that like, okay, who cares? Let's just move on to the next. And because it was a short book, I was like, I'll get through it. It will be fine. No, I'm like hanging on to every last word of this book. I'm loving the Christmas vibes because it's like they have forced proximity and they're snowed in. So it's literally like forced proximity. They can't go anywhere. Like it's not even safe to go outside. And that's just making me feel so cozy and happy. And I love both of our main characters. We still don't know, so it's a second chance romance. We still don't know why they broke up in the first place. So I'm excited to find that out. But yeah, I'm truly just like loving every second of this. I fear that no other Christmas book is gonna be as good as this. Well, I'm gonna go home. I need to go to the grocery store, get some stuff, and then I'm gonna head home and finish this book. I'm so excited. I really like did not expect to love it as much as I am. The writing is so good, like the way that the sentences flow, and I don't know, I'm so excited. More thoughts later. Okay, I'm back home. I'm washing dishes right now. Hopefully you can hear me fine. But I'm going to post the poll for my next book because even though I'm not done with, what's it called? Even though I'm not done with All I Want Is You, I want to start listening to my next book. Turn this off for a second. We just moved into a new place, and so we have a lot of boxes in the garage, and I figured I can listen to an audiobook while I unpack the stuff from the garage. So I'm gonna post my next poll, and it's gonna be between Air or Fire and A Curse for True Love. I think it's A Curse for True Love. It's the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart a few days ago, absolutely ate up every single word of it, and I'm excited to move on in the series. So I wanna either read that one or continue my Throne of Glass reading, which I'm dreading, so I'm hoping Once Upon a Broken Heart wins. But if Air of Fire wins, I'll be happy because it's been a book that I've been putting off for a while. I need to read it so I can get to like the books that everyone says are the absolute best, which is like Queen of Shadows and all of those things, and of course Kingdom of Ash. Either way, I'll be excited, but I feel like for fantasy, I would like to start listening to it first. That way I can kind of get into the world again and then pick up the actual book and read it, and then I'll be able to fly through it a little bit. And then we will start listening to the next book. Okay, sorry, I look crazy. I got hot, so I took off my sweatshirt, but it looks like my girly Ballad of Never After is winning. Also, it's Ballad of Never After. I think I was calling it A Curse for True Love, which is the third book, but the second book, Ballad of Never After. We're 59 to 41 right now. It's only been an hour, but votes are still coming in. It seems like the Ballad of Never After is like the win is only getting bigger and bigger. So I'm gonna start that while I brought in a lot of the boxes that I need to unpack from the garage. I'm taking it like one step at a time, nothing crazy. And I'm gonna start unpacking it while I listen to Ballad of Never After. I'm so excited. Making my coffee, and while I make it, I'm going to talk about All I Want Is You because I finished it last night. It actually took me longer to finish than I expected because I was breezing through it at first, and then all of a sudden, I think it had nothing to do with the book. It was all me. I just kept getting distracted and like I couldn't focus. I was reading the words but not understanding what I was reading, if that makes sense. I was also watching like new YouTubers that I discovered, so I like kept really wanting to watch their videos instead of reading the book. So okay, so the book was amazing. I gave it a 4-star. Only reason honestly that I didn't give it a 5-star is I feel like a holiday romance that's only 230 something pages just like can't get a 5-star because it's not as fully developed as I would want a regular 5-star to be. But I will say for the category of book that it is, like so good. So the whole time in the book, we're not really sure why they broke up in the first place. And then at the end of the book, we finally figure it out. And it honestly, I feel like was a good ending in a way of like, it was satisfying. Characters being authors and writing a book together, they were basically using their lives as inspiration for the book that they were writing. And so we were able to see them talk about like the third act breakup and how his endings never have a happy ending, but hers always do, because technically that's what it takes to be a romance book. You have to have a happy ending, and she's mad at him because all of his books are like bestsellers, even though they don't have happy endings and they're marketed as romance. Like, it was just cool stuff that us as the reading community, I feel like really understood. So I appreciated that in the book. So I'm listening to Once Upon a Broken Heart on audiobooks.com or something like that. I don't know. They have like a free 30-day trial because I have an Audible subscription, but I think I've used all of my credits for the month. So I got it on audiobook.com. That way I don't have to pay for it. But on audiobook.com, it doesn't say like what chapter or anything you're on. It's just like one long audio file, and you can't see, I mean, it says it out loud, but I forget what it says. So I think I'm on like chapter 7 or so. I've listened to probably about an hour of it. Also, it goes so slow. On Audible, I like to put it in like 2-point speed, maybe 1.7, 1.5. This one I have to listen to it on the regular speed, and that's annoying because I feel like, but so far, absolutely loving it. That series is just, I think it's going to be a full 5-star series for me, which is incredible. I love that I've discovered a new favorite fantasy series. But I'm going to download it on my Kindle, that way I can like actually read it, because a book that I really love, oh, my dog is here. With books that I really love, I don't like to just read it or just listen to it on audiobook, because I feel like I want to like consume it myself. I'm trying a new Chobani coffee creamer. It's white chocolate mocha. I love a white chocolate, so.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I
Okay, babe, Okay, so I burned my fingers, no big deal, but we are making, I'm acting like this is a cooking video, it's absolutely not. But while I'm cutting this, let's talk about the Ballad of Never After. Okay, so I'm absolutely eating it up. I honestly have nothing bad to say about it so far. I just love this world so much. I don't even want it to be over. I'm sad that there's only one book after this because like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I don't think this is a spoiler because everyone says it, but if you like want to know absolutely nothing about the book, skip over about 20 seconds. I'm absolutely addicted to Jax. Like, I need Jax injected into my veins on like a chemical level. The most incredible villain that we could have. Spoiler over. The only thing I fear right now, I'm 25% in, and so far we're getting like lots of dialogue. They're setting up the scene and stuff, but it seems like we're going into a phase where it's gonna be more action and like fighting and all of that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the one thing I don't love in fantasy books. Like, I didn't love Serpent of the Wings of the Night and like books like that are kind of Hunger Game-esque, where like there's just a bunch of fighting going on. I don't like a lot of action scenes. I don't like reading action. I like reading dialogue and like feelings. But other than that, like, things are going good. My heart is happy. Even though I have characters I'm rooting for, I really don't know how it's gonna end. It doesn't seem obvious right now that the people I'm rooting for are ultimately going to be getting a happy ending. I also love that I'm in the second book now where I kind of know the characters and like the supporting characters, the surrounding people, because I'm like excited when certain people start to pop up. I keep posting on my Instagram story like little clips of me reading, and everyone's basically telling me like, yeah, girl, just stay tuned, it's even better. So I'm excited. You guys are making me excited to keep reading it, and I'm happy that you guys picked this because it means a lot of you have read it too, so you can kind of sympathize with me or empathize, whatever it is. A lot of people are saying that this book, specifically the second Ballad of Never After, changed their life. So I'm looking forward to that trajectory for me. At this point in time, we're only 25% in, and I already feel the chemical composition of my being changing. So I think I'm on the same path.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. Fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it. There's something different about it. You got me going into overdrive. Too busy, can you leave a message by tone? You got me wrapped around in summertime. Yeah, yeah, I need to know we'll fall in love right here and now. Call me up whenever you're feeling low.
I got really coffee. I got about 50% into the Ballad of Never After last night, and I was just eating it up. I literally couldn't go to sleep. I went to sleep at like 1 a.m. because I couldn't stop turning the pages. I'm happy that I got to 50% though, because I feel like today I can breeze through a lot of it, because apparently the middle to end is just like non-stop goodness. That's what people are telling me on Instagram, so excited about that. So let's go. Another day, another good iced coffee. You guys, this is not really relevant to this video at all, but it kind of has something to do with book stuff, so I'm gonna show you guys. Obviously, like, you know, I said we've been moving, so I've been unpacking boxes and stuff, and I got this package like a month ago and never really opened it, but it had like the Chicken Sisters book and then a cute little whisk, that stuff, whatever. And then I saw that there was like a cup in here, and I was wondering what the cup was. I'm sorry, what? A full-on Stanley, and this color, I'm obsessed. It's like an off-white. It does say like Hallmark and Chicken Sisters on the back, which I think is cute, but like not something I would want to keep. But I can put stickers on it and cover it up, and I literally just have a Stanley. Catch me drinking water. I also have my own Stanley, but I think it's just cool to like get a Stanley from a company for free. I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm hiding the book because I kind of did a little something without you guys. I'm sorry. Yesterday, I just was not in the mood to film. I don't know if you can tell, but I took my extensions out, so that took a long time. I'm back to Slickback QT, which if you know, you know. She is just... Slickback QT is a different person, and I'm sorry in advance. So I didn't film anything, but I did do stuff pertaining to this video, i.e. I put out an Instagram poll for our last book of this video. I decided in this one to do it a little bit different. I took some inspiration from Sarah Caroli, which if you don't know, she is literally my favorite booktuber. She is my comfort watch. I'm obsessed with her. But when she does these videos, she does it in a way where she blurs out the covers of the books on her Instagram stories and then just puts emojis that kind of describe the book on top. That way the followers don't know really what they're choosing, just kind of get a general vibe. So I decided to do that with our third book. The two books that I posted were the Rom-Commers from Catherine Center and All In, which is the third book in the Natural series. Two books that I've really been wanting to read. All In I don't have on my physical TBR, so I literally just used another book actually. I used the Naturals and colored it in because it didn't matter anyway, you guys weren't seeing the book. And then the Rom-Commers I've had on my physical TBR for a few months now and haven't gotten to it, and it's been a book that I've been excited to read because I haven't read a Catherine Center book yet, and I hear amazing things about her. So I posted that poll while I was finishing up the Ballad of Never After, which we'll get to. Once I finished the Ballad of Never After, I went to the poll to see which one had won, to see which book to pick up. And it was 50-50. It was literally split down the middle, but then when you actually tap on it, it shows like different numbers. And I think the Rom-Commers was up by 1 at that time, but then it had switched and All In was winning by 1. I don't know, it was going back and forth for a while, but by the time I finally sat down to actually read, the Rom-Commers was winning, I think again by like 2 points. And so I started reading the Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. Woo! Just to give a little quick thing of this book, because I'll give more once I finish it. I'm loving it so far. There's a lot of dialogue, which I really appreciate. I also like that there is some deeper things going on in this book, not just like the fluffy, funny personalities that we get in here. I was almost about to be on the verge of tears last night. I don't know, I'm just emotional. I'm also PMSing, so take with that what you will. I'm really excited. I am gonna read a bunch of it today, maybe finish it, maybe not, I don't know. I'm trying not to set my expectations too high, but I'm really liking this book so far. My first Catherine Center book, and it is not disappointing. Now let's talk about the Ballad of Never After. Oh my gosh, that book, literally, Stephanie Garber has a way of manipulating my heart in such a way that, like, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that she should be allowed to do that. I'm so mad that I've waited this long. It's bittersweet. I'm mad that I've waited this long to start this book because it's so good and it's just literally been sitting on my shelf. But I'm happy that I'm just starting this series because I'm getting to experience it for the first time right now, and I'm literally freaking out with like every page, every ending, everything. And I can't believe I'm going on to the last book now, which is what is it called? A Curse for True Love. The way that the Ballad of Never After ended was so... I don't want to say too much because if you haven't read the series yet, I don't want to give anything away, but just know that the end is mind-boggling. The way she did the end, like I don't know how to explain it. It's not just the writing style of it. The writing is beautiful. The tools that she used to do it, basically. So a few of the last chapters mirror some of the chapters right before it in a really cool way. And I don't know, it was just, I've never seen anything like that been done before in a book, and I thought it was really cool. Genius, so good, so amazing. I've been getting into a lot more fantasy this year, and I've been loving some of them, liking some of them, not loving some others, but I truly felt like the first fantasy I ever read was A Court of Thorns and Roses, and after reading that book and reading other fantasies after that, I was like, I don't think I'll ever love a fantasy as much as I love ACOTAR. And I'm just gonna say Once Upon a Broken Heart series is really giving it a run for its money. Nothing tops ACOTAR, but I'm having those similar feelings that I did when I first read that series, and it's just making me so happy. 100% recommend reading Once Upon a Broken Heart series. If you're like me and you were not really feeling Caraval, I'd say just leave that alone and go to Once Upon a Broken Heart. Some other people have bad things to say about that, and they say that you absolutely need to read Caraval first, especially because a lot of people love Jack so much in Once Upon a Broken Heart, and Caraval gives his backstory. But I looked at spoilers of Caraval because I really was feeling like I'm never gonna read it and I want to know more about Jack. In my opinion, I don't know if reading it would have been different, but in my opinion, it didn't do, knowing now what I know about him from Caraval doesn't really change anything about how much I love him in Once Upon a Broken Heart. So again, take with that what you will. I think maybe eventually I'd read Caraval, but I'm not jumping at the bit to do it. Okay, that was a lot of talking. I'm gonna come back to you. I don't think I'm gonna come back to you until I finish the rom-comers, because I've also been editing this video as I've been filming it, and it's getting kind of long and I don't want to waste your time. So once I finish this book, I'll come back to you, recap this book. So I will see you guys very soon.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't
Gosh, I did not expect this to be so emotional. I have tears in my eyes. No one told me this book was going to actually hurt my soul. Please hold.
But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last. Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast?
This is a crazy angle and horrible lighting to finish out this video. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's literally like 10:30 at night and I need to go watch the Dancing with the Stars finale. But I just finished the Rom-Comers by Catherine Sen, our third and final book of this little fun video. And this is the perfect way to end. It was such a fun read that actually got pretty deep and then was super fun again. So I'm just obsessed. Like, wow, that was a really good book. I really liked the dichotomy of how funny it was with how deep the things they were talking about was. Like, literally talking about cancer and death and like all these crazy subjects in between some really funny moments. The ending, as you guys just saw, had me in tears crying. If you have ever been affected by cancer in any way in your life, which my mom had breast cancer, you know how intense that is. And there was a little scene about that at the end, and that was gonna be rough for me. But wow, great book. I'd probably give it like a 4.25. I'm excited to read more Catherine Center books now. And now I'm curious, I want to go on like a little thing on TikTok and see what other people were saying about this book, because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that no one has anything negative to say about it, because this was a good book. That's all I really have for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do more of these kind of challenge type videos or things where followers choose what I read. But yeah, this is my last video before Vlogmas. Get so excited. I've been filming Vlogmas content for the last like week, and I'm really excited. I'm doing 12 days of Vlogmas from December 1st to December 12th. And I'm really trying to commit to posting every single day for those 12 days and not skipping or missing or postponing or whatever. I've been preparing a lot for it, so get excited for that. A little Vlogmas video coming December 1st, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.